My name is George. I'm going to talk about the first time I experienced drama. So, I was at home and I heard the doorbell ring, and there was this man. And my parents were so happy to see him. They were laughing, and then they told me he was my cousin. And I have a lot of cousins, like a lot. So my parents had a lot of siblings. They had a lot of cousins, and all of them had a lot of children. So there's still cousins that I've never even seen to this day. So he said that he wanted to take us to a party. It won't be a simple graduation party. So he was talking to my older brother and sister, and told them what was really going on. And they got dressed like they got expensive clothes out of nowhere. I had to put on a t-shirt and some jeans and most shoes. So we got in the car, went to a party, and I didn't know what was happening, because I'm used to like going to cultural parties when like there's like old people dancing to little music, and the children are just sitting down on the side watching them. But everybody was dancing, all the guys were jumping, and all the girls were twerking. I thought I wanted to see this for another at least 5 years, but I was there, and like he went to a girl. My cousin went to a girl and kissed her. I didn't know why. Might have been just a random girl, or might have been his girlfriend. I don't know what was happening. So my brothers and sisters started dancing. I didn't know how to dance, so I just sat down and just watched them dance, like in all parties. So I got thirsty. I went to go get some water, but it turned out the water wasn't really water. It was nasty. It was alcohol. So I couldn't drink anything. So I said I might not drink anything, but at least I could eat something. There's only chips and brownies. So I went to go get the brownies, and they really tasted weird. I didn't touch them again. Got back in my seat, saw my sister twerking, saw my brother jumping, saw my cousin dancing. Then I thought I could meet new people, but I'm a social outcast, so I can't really talk. It'll be awkward. So I went to a person and said, "Hi, what's your name?" And like his eyes were red. He said, "Aren't you a little too young to be here?" I said, "Aren't you a little too old to be here?" His eyes are red. So you're old. So like he said, he said, "I don't know why you're here, but you should leave." But turned around and started smoking. The only person in my life I've seen smoke was my uncle, and all my parents were trying to make him stop because he had lung cancer. So I said, "Smoking bad for you," but he just laughed and continued with all his friends. So I thought that wasn't bad. So like I asked for one. I tried it. I didn't like it. It tasted like salt and burning paper and smoke. So I put it on the ground and went back to my seat. I said, I kind of like being a social outcast. So while I was still sitting, my sister twerk, my brother dancing, and my cousin jumping, it was kind of swish. I wanted to dance, but I can't dance. So I just went up and saw what my cousin was doing. He was jumping with all his friends to music. So I started jumping by myself. And everybody started looking at me saying, "Why is he here to leave?" So I said, "I like dancing too. I can jump just like everybody else." So my cousin said I had to leave because things were getting weird, and I was making everybody uncomfortable somehow. So I left. Then I looked up out the window and I saw my cousin arguing with this random person. Then like there was this drunk girl in the middle saying, "You should all stop, you all stop. We're all friends." Just stop while she was still drinking beer, even though she looked 14. So I wanted to go into like do something about it, but I was tiny, so all I could do was just say, "Don't do it. It's not worth it." So my cousin punched the other guy who was screaming at him. Then that guy pulled out a knife. So I went outside and said everything would be okay. We're leaving at 9. At 9. Then turns out it was 12. So I wanted to go back to see how things were going, and it wasn't like a house like last time. Everything was messed up. People were fighting. I went outside again, started waiting, and I wanted to call my parents, but I didn't have a phone at the time. I kind of went in, I saw my brother drinking. He didn't know what the water was too, so it tasted pretty good to him. I wanted to ask him for his phone, but then he said, okay then. He pulled out his phone, he threw up on it. So I didn't want to use it. So I said, can you please call Mom? So he tried to, but his phone was broken. So I went to my cousin, and he was cut. And I said, I'm too young to experience. I'm too young to see this. This is just like on TV. This isn't real life. So I thought I was dreaming. I picked myself. I wasn't. So I said, does anybody know how to drive to the hospital? No, and everybody wasn't paying attention to me because at the time I had terrible grammar. So all people heard was just noise coming out of my mouth. So they continued doing they were doing. So I thought I could drive. I got his keys. It was somewhere I regret. I went to his car. I just sat there in the driver's seat, looking around, seeing how this thing works. I thought it was magical because my dad had to put in the keys and then somehow the car is moving. So I put in the keys. I did what I see, and I did what I saw my dad did. He pulled this thing, put his feet somewhere down there. But I was short, so I just pressed something. I moved the thing, and I moved for a second. I went to see what else I could do, so I tried pressing the button, started pulling things, and okay. The diapers came on, so I said I'm not gonna be able to drive. Something's bad gonna happen. I can't even see where I'm going. I came out, then I kicked my cousin saying, "You gotta drive," even though he was cut, and there was blood on the ground. I said, "You gotta drive, you gotta take me home. I don't want to be here anymore. Too much stuff's happening." So he said, call somebody, and I couldn't really call them. All I knew was my parents' phone number. So I sat in the same seat where I was the whole time and waited. Now my parents came home, then they found me, and they found that guy on the ground. And they picked him up, put him in the car, took him to a hospital. And they said, what happened? And I said, I have no idea. The end.
All right.